SELVA is an Italian company that produces outboard engines, components and propulsion systems for other engine builders. Their catalogue of products demonstrate their gangways and dinghies, as well as their own productions. But SELVA also creates complete packages of outboard motors for the French builder Beneteau.
The Flyer 650
Sun Deck is a 6-metre, 15-centimetre long day cruiser that has a double-bedded cabin and a bathroom. Today, though, we are going to look at Beneteau's entry-level model for SELVA for the same series, the Flyer 550 Sun Deck. This could be a first boat for many fair-weather sailors, which is why it has been motorised with an outboard engine, the SELVA Marina 40 XSR.
This
same 996cc unit is also available in 60 horsepower and can go up to 70. When you see the initials XSR on an engine, it means that the mapping of the ECU has been calibrated to give torque and power at the highest levels. This engine uses the best technology in the business. For example, there are 4 valves per cylinder, the camshaft, electronic fuel injection, automatic choke and an advanced electronic ignition system. It also has a high reduction ratio, equal to 2.33, which makes it okay to put these engines on boats that could perhaps look big in relation to the power of the motor. But back to the boat. It's 5 metres, 45 centimetres long and is considerably wide at 2 metres 37. It can take 4 passengers comfortably, but 6 is possible. It weighs 810 kilograms, so is therefore difficult to carry with you behind the car on holiday. It must be quite robust because it has been approved for a maximum of 115 horsepower. But we want to check how it behaves at the SELVA Marina to see if it's sufficient with such a modest engine size. It's perfect for 4 friends or a couple. The bow sun deck is long enough to lie down. There are 2 adjustable seats in many different positions, and the windshield is wide enough for both driving seats. The handrails run almost the entire length of the boat. They've created an excellent living space, with the couch being as close as possible to the stern, and to let you lay the engine horizontally. With the propeller out of the water, they've made a folding backrest. There are various lockable storage spaces, pockets and lockers. It comes standard with rod holders. It's a small boat, but it has a compartment under the console. Okay, it's not in a meeting room, but you can get changed in it, lie down, or you could bring in a chemical toilet. When designers draw up boats of this size, above all, they are concerned with providing more space on board, and in this case, we have hit the jackpot. This quality is, however, in contrast with the need to achieve a good hull, quite narrow in relation to the length. Instead, look at the bow of the hull. It's very sharp. In short, they have combined opposite characteristics to perfection.
Probabilmente vi domanderete che cosa si può fare con una barca come
You're probably asking yourselves, what could you do with a boat like this? Well, what about drifting away from the beach, searching for a quiet bay, sunbathing, fishing, and all sorts of other things?
La presenza di una cabina sottocoperta vi permette, se avete un po' di spirito di avventura, di fare anche un weekend.
The fact that there is a cabin below deck means, if you're even a little adventurous, that you could go off for a weekend, a little cruise, to explore the coast, or maybe a series of little islands. 50 miles a day can be easily achieved in a boat like this, as long as you've got a sporting outlook.
Quanto tempo corre per fare 50 miglia? Dalle 2
And how long would 50 miles take you to do? 2 to 3 hours, depending on how fast you were going. Okay, but how fast can the Flyer 550 go? Just a minute, and we'll find out.
Certo, mi piace invitarvi a navigare, a scoprire, a esplorare, ma
you know how I like to invite you on these trips, to discover and explore.
Perché con una barca, soprattutto quando è piccola, lo stato del mare e del vento sono...
But watch out in a small boat like this, because if the weather changes, not easy. Today, conditions on Lake Como aren't exactly perfect, but they are okay to test out this boat.
Ingraniamo la marcia.
Into gear, trim in lowest position, and let's go.
Cavalli sembrano essere più che sufficienti anche per questa...
40 horsepower seem to be more than enough for this. Not so easy for the engine to bring the boat up to plane, i.e. to lift it from the water and balance on the stern so it navigates more easily. There is a fair bit of wind too, so there's quite a bit of foam too, which just goes to show we are not in the best conditions, but good for us. Like this, we get to see how the boat really fares.
4.000 giri minuto, la velocità
4,000 revs per minute, 11 knots of speed, and a pretty low consumption at just 9 litres an hour.
Ecco una buona andatura di crociera, 4.500 giri minuto.
We're at a good cruising speed now, 4,500 revs per minute, 16 knots at 12 litres per hour. Literally, that means more than a mile per litre.
Fino ad ora non ho toccato l'angolo di trim, cioè ho lasciato il...
Up until now, I haven't touched the trim, left the outboard with the propellers as close to the stern mirrors as possible.
Ma in realtà un buon pilota, mano a mano che la velocità cresce, deve...
But really, as speed increases, a good pilot will bring the propellers a little closer to the surface, a little further away from the stern, to change the boat's angle of incidence and be more efficient. We're in the north of Lake Como, where the water is a bit choppy. I have taken refuge in a protected area inside a little lake, where I think we can try out the top speed of this boat. Time to raise the trim. Let's see how many revs. This 40 horsepower SELVA XSR can do 6,300 revs a minute and a speed of 27 knots. What's the worst maneuver you could do with a boat going full tilt like this? This one.
Un 360 gradi completo.
A complete 360, but as you can see, it's easy in this boat.
In campo automobilistico si chiamerebbe il test.
In a car, this would be called the moose test. Well, you can't really link it to any other animal, can you? Maybe a salmon. But it has worked. Nothing happened, which means stability has been tried, tested and approved.